All right, first rocker box is done, at least the lower portion of it. Now I'm about to install the rocker that goes on top. But I just wanted to give you, while I'm here, some people may never see this. Some people just want to know how it works. So I thought I'd give you a little rundown of what it is that's about to go on next. First, right above the head is the lower rocker box cover that you see here. And then what's going to get installed is the rocker itself. Now it bolts in here, there's 4 places, and then the breather assembly is these 2 bolts here. Now what you're looking at right here are the push rods. Okay, so have you ever wondered what's in these little tubes right here? This is it right here. These are your push rods right here. Now, just some quick, I'm not going to go into depth into detail, but some context how these work. Your push rods go all the way down into here. Now on the back side of this, inside this cam, that's where your cam is. And as this is turning, the cam has lobes on it. And those lobes are what push lifters up inside of here. And that's what pushes these push rods up and down as the bike is moving. Now, what do? Those then in turn, let me try and show you try and do it with one hand, just to give you the idea. Essentially, what you're looking at is this right here. Now, this little pocket right inside of there is where the push rod sits in, the very top of it, okay? And it sits right inside of there. Now, what you get is when the push rod is being pushed up and down from the cam and the lifters, which are down here, okay? When those are being pushed up, you can see what happens here. You can see this rocking motion that's happening, okay? And so when the push rod comes up, this goes in this direction, which then pushes this on this side. Now, what is that part doing? That part is pushing open and close the valves for your intake and your exhaust, okay? That's what these are inside of here. So when you hear people say beehive springs and valves and all that type of stuff, that is what is right here, okay? So that's the effect. That's what's happening right here. The push rod sits right inside that little pocket right there. And as your cam is turning down inside of here, that is why you have different levels and different lobes of cam, because the more that you're able to push that lobe up, the more and the longer you'll be able to keep the intake and the exhaust port open, okay? But in order to do that, there's a lot of geometry and math that goes into it. You can't just slap a big giant cam in there and let this open up. This will only open so much based off of the math and the engineering that this is supposed to have. So once you start diving into an engine, this is where you start to blueprint it, and you have to do a lot of different things in order to get this right. You know, there's a lot of math that goes into it. But you can see right here, lower rocker box installed. This one has not yet been installed, so you can see the push rods there. But this piece sits right inside of here, and it pushes and opens these right here. Now, once I bolt this all in, I'll give you another idea what it looks like once it's all the way in there. But I thought this would be a really good time to kind of just show you what it is, because some of you may have never seen it or will ever see it, and this just gives you a little insight as to how it works. Let me get this bolted in.